Hello and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Trinkline. I've been in the high-end immersive audio and theater space for the last decade, and what I'm here to talk about today is a little bit about Atmos encoding and decoding and how original content gets translated from the rendering suite when you're in the studio making content to what we get in our typical home theater and what our capabilities are with that. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today I'm going to be talking about top channels. This is not heights. This is not any kind of different surround biasing. This is just what do you get out of independent height channels. Is that a thing? There's a lot of back and forth between what kind of discrete actual availability that is and how that works. So we're going to go ahead and look at a little sample that I prepared for us. So what I did was I took this little piece of music and I just dropped it into a bunch of object tracks. You can see up here, I'm showing the rendering suite right now for Dolby Atmos. This is how content is moved around and actually done in the mix to produce. This is actually available to anybody to tie into any digital audio workstation. Well, not any, but most of them. Maybe it is any, don't know. But for what I use, I'm porting Ableton into this. I'm not using Pro Tools, so this is just done with, nothing extremely crazy. So what I've done here is I've taken just this little single saxophone piece and I've dropped it into 6 different object stereo channels. So you'll see them light up in pairs, the 25 and 26 here to begin with. And what I did was I just positioned these over the listening area here that we can see in a way that each one of these 6 tracks is only going to hit the 6 common decoded residential Atmos top layer speakers. So your left and right top front, your left and right top middle, and your left and right top rear. So this is really interesting here in the sense to show that we can position an object that will only hit one of those channels. And I guess let me stop for a minute and go a little bit farther into that. What do I mean by say when there's an object? So the way that Atmos works when you're working on the production side is that you have what's called your bed layer channels, which is a 7.1.2. So LCR, your side surrounds, your rear side or your rear surrounds, and your top middle channels. That is the only bed layer. So anything past that is an object-based channel. And what that means is bed layers can pick up things that are Discrete and only for them if it's only put in and fed to the bed layer, or if you have something that's fed as an object, that object can be moved around in 3D, 360 degrees, kind of, not really below you, so not a full 360 degrees, but it can be moved around and positioned around you in a way to create immersive audio effects. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm showing purely that you can have an object point that's going to hit just solely top fronts, top middles, and top rears, both left and right. And then what I've done with this is I've exported this file and I've loaded it to a playback system downstairs that I'm utilizing here and feeding that in to a StormAudio ISP processor that is set up the way that I recorded it as a 746, but it shows up and populates the same even if you have a 19166 setup, in place. So this is just to show that you can have objects that are there discreetly, and that they do play back discreetly, to show you that what is actually capable. Now, all of this depends on what the actual content is, who the person who mixed it is. So, you might not always run into something that's going to be utilizing that. It is going to depend on that. And it's kind of funny to look at how mixes are done within the Atmos suite and see the stylings between different sound engineers and whether they're using static based positions and just mixing tracks between the object tracks, or if they're actually using a singular track and moving the object around to create motion in space. So we're going to go ahead and show this, and I'm just going to play it real quick, show each one hitting it, and then I will come back here in a second and show each one hitting on the playback through the StormAudio. So here we go. All right, now, as we saw everything go through and hit there, you did see a moment of engagement on the left front height when that channel first hit on the left top front, just because of where I had that one positioned, and then all the other ones hit discreetly. And you can see on the level meter there, it's showing that it's, quite a low level. It's below minus 60 dBFS, so it's just a little bit of that spectral leakage from that position trailing off into the front height. And then we'll go in and we will go ahead and show you the decoding page. So this is from the monitoring page of the StormAudio ISP, which shows us exactly what is being played into it in real time. And this is just a screen recording of it running while I play it back, showing that it's going through and hitting each channel individually. Now you will notice I got double outputs on some of these, and that's because some of these speakers are bi-amplified. But what we're focused on here is the input side, not the output side.